Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Invisible UX. I know it's been a while. I've been busy updating my portfolio, networking, always looking for those other opportunities, thinking about new videos to create. And I've got a good one. This next video will focus on AI and the impacts of AI on design, specifically product design. So I know it's a hot topic right now. A lot of people think that AI is going to replace us as designers. A lot of people embrace and welcome AI technology as a tool to be used to help, and improve workflow. In this video, I'm going to take a high-level overview to what is AI, how can AI be used in product design, what are the most common AI platforms, and something specific to product design, what are the most popular AI plugins for Figma. I'll wrap up with my opinion on whether or not AI will steal our jobs. Enjoy. All right, so let's kick it off by talking about AI. What is AI? AI stands for artificial intelligence. It refers to an intelligence created by a machine and not by a human or an animal. To go a little bit deeper, it's intelligence based on data sets. So AI models like ChatGPT are trained based on data sets. They're not actually connected to the internet. They don't work like Google. They're not searching on a live basis everything that's out there. They're trained. So it's probably one of the most common misconceptions about AI. AI uses large language model. Large language model very simply can process large amounts of text data that its training data set has been based on. So AI combines large data sets, these things that they're trained on, with algorithms to learn behavior patterns, right? So every time you ask it a question, it gets smarter because it also asks for your feedback. Is this the correct response? Is this what you're looking for? If you say yes, great, it was on the right path. If you say no, then it learns that particular response to that particular question wasn't accurate and it tries something different next time. There it is at a high level. I'm happy if you want to go into it deeper, drop a comment and we can go deeper. But this complexity of AI reminds me of one of my favorite quotes. And that is, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. I think that's perfect for AI because who really understands how it works? Right? And when you don't understand how something works, it feels like magic. ChatGPT, probably one of the most common, if not the common or familiar platforms out there. So we have ChatGPT 3.5, which is the currently available version. 4.0 is available for purchase. So we're going to play around with GPT 3.5. There is a prompt down below. I'll move my little screen here. Okay, so there's a prompts field where you can enter your prompts. There's also suggested prompts, write an email, plan a trip, give me ideas. There's also an area to the side, the sidebar, where you can see your previous messages or requests. So some of them are untitled. I don't think I purposefully named any of these. It just automatically names them based on the first few letters of your prompt, I believe. So as an example, let's ask ChatGPT, will AI eliminate design jobs? ? Okay, so we have the prompt up here. We have ChatGPT's response, kind of live writing just below. Okay, so it's going. There's a summary. As you can see, very, very clear numbered bullets, little summary intro up top here, the impact of AI on design jobs, ongoing debate and speculation. It doesn't really answer yes or no. It does say it's unlikely to completely eliminate design jobs. So that's something that we'll get to later on in this video. If I wanted to ask the same question and get a more concise response, I could say, will AI replace design jobs? Please answer in one paragraph. Enter. So live updating, there's a fairly long paragraph, but certainly shorter than the initial response. So the cool thing about ChatGPT is that it can expand or contract its responses based on your input or what you ask it to do. So there's, this belief that, if you ask a bad question, you're going to get a bad answer. If you ask a good question, you'll get a good answer. ChatGPT works the same way in that, garbage in equals garbage out. If you just say, will AI take my job? It's going to be kind of a vague response. Maybe not specific. What job do you have? What industry do you work in? What do you do in that industry? So if you ask something like what I already asked, but will AI replace my user research job in the product design industry? It's a more specific question that will get a more specific response to. Okay, so this is the very high level for ChatGPT. There are a couple other large language model platforms such as DALL-E and Bard, which if you're interested in learning more about those, drop it in the comments and I can make other videos that focus more on those. Okay, now that we've had a little bit of an intro into AI, let's talk about some of the most common AI platforms related to design. Now, this is by no means an exclusive list. I'm only going to touch on 3. There are dozens, hundreds out there. But this is just a high-level overview. So first up, Uizard, Uizard. It's an all-encompassing soup to nuts design tool with a load of AI features integrated into it. All right, so let's dive into Uizard. If someone from the company can tell me how to pronounce it, that'd be great. I'm going to go with Wizard. I have a gut that that's how it's supposed to be pronounced. Okay, so a couple different options here. We're on the sort of home screen once you first log in. I've already created an account here. I have my own organization, David's organization. So you can view your projects. There's a pretty good selection of templates. Okay, so back to the sidebar here. I am a team of 1, but if you had more than 1 person on your team, you could see your team here. And there's a section for tutorials. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a new blank project. I would generate with Auto Designer, but unfortunately, you have to have a paid plan. I don't have a paid plan. Give me enough likes, subscribe. Once I start monetizing this YouTube channel, maybe I can get there one day. Okay, for the purpose of today's video, let's create a blank project. We will create in mobile format. It takes just a second or two. We have a new screen already created there. And in the sidebar, and in the template sidebar, we have a number of preset templates from blogs to cards to content. Let's drop blog this item listing here. So we can just drop it right in our screen. We have what could be a shopping list for plants. Very cool. Moving down the sidebar here, we have, again, the templates. You can drop in different shapes, text, image. Here's where we start to see our AI machine at work here. So we can generate an image. So if I like to think of really weird things that you generally wouldn't see in an application or a website, but thinking of weird things is a good way to test the AI platform because it's not as likely to have been trained on those weird things because it doesn't see them so often. If you say, design a button CTA, it's more than likely going to give you a pretty normal button because a lot of people are asking for that. If you ask for a purple unicorn with 2 horns, which I'm about to do, it probably hasn't received that request a lot. So let's say purple unicorn with 2 horns. Enter. Okay. Oh, and then we're sort of guiding it here by picking an image style. So I want to see how photorealistic this can be. So I'm going to select generate image. All right. You know what? Not the worst that I've ever seen. I don't know what's going on here. This one doesn't have two horns, but we have two that actually have two horns. That is an image that's AI generated. I'd say they're useful. Give me two that align with what I asked for. This one, it's more blue than purple, but it's got a little purple mohawk. This one, great, totally purple. Don't know, it's kind of an emo unicorn, I guess, but it does have the two horns. That's cool. Okay, moving on down, icons has a whole icon library that you can select from. Pretty basic CTA, input forms, and then we get to the magic section. So this is really where the AI shows up for Uizard. So we already tried to do Auto Designer. It's not going to let us do it, but we have tools ranging from wireframe scanner, where you can take a sketch, it has a preset sketch here, and turn it into an actual wireframe. So let's imagine that we've uploaded this. It's already selected. I'll move my little window here. And then we select import. So we've uploaded the image. It's processing. So it's already dropped it into the little template. And it's created an actual wireframe. So pretty cool. Moving on down, screenshot scanner. Okay, so let's go ahead and use one of the examples. So we select one of these examples. This looks pretty cool. Let's stick with mobile. So we've got the screenshot. It's processing down here. Let's get our unicorns out of the way. And now it's turned it into an actual screen with different components for the CTA, for the input fields, and for the image. So that's actually very cool. It's actually like if you're familiar with OCR, optical character recognition. It's what allows you on your iPhone to press and hold on text and then be able to copy it. There's an engine that actually searches the image for characters and identifies those characters and lets you separate them out from the text. So that's really what this screenshot scanner is doing. It's identifying what's an image, what's a field, and then separating them into those little different components. Okay, theme generator. So you can generate from scratch, which isn't really using AI because you're controlling the look and feel, the font style, the primary color, secondary color, etc. But image and URL would work well. So let's go back to Airbnb, copy that URL, drop it into the field, fetch. So now in the behind the scenes is actually looking at the Airbnb site, detecting what the theme looks like, and it has come back with something. It's really the site more or less without the images and without this sort of top menu. So let's go ahead and say create, see what happens. Goes pretty quick. It says it might take a minute or two, but it's actually pretty fast. And it applies that theme to whatever screen you've selected. So not perfect, not really that great. Some instances it might work well, some instances it might not. But I think this is a great example of what AI is. It's not a panacea, it's not a silver bullet that's going to fix everything. It's a tool. And that's going to be the theme of this video. Okay, going back to magic. Just skipping through these because this is turning into way too much detail for this video, but we've got wireframe mode, image generator. Like we saw with the unicorns, you can generate your own images based on a text prompt. Going back to magic. Instead of taking your sketch and turning it into a wireframe actually goes backwards. So it renders your design as a hand-drawn sketch. Focus predictor, this will scan your screen and predict what parts of the screen, what components will get the most attention. Text assistant generates text, similar to ChatGPT. And then Image Assistant helps you find alternate images for one that you enter in. So there it is, Uizard, pretty cool, lots of AI features in it, really gaining popularity. Okay, next up is Midjourney. Midjourney is an amazing tool that creates photorealistic, high-res images based on a prompt input, similar to ChatGPT. ChatGPT outputs text only, Midjourney outputs images. So very cool. Let's take a look. All right, next up, let's talk about Midjourney. So similar to the paid feature in Uizard, Midjourney is completely paid. There's no free option, free trial that I'm aware of. If there is, please drop a comment and let me know. It'd be great if there was. If you go to the Midjourney site, explore accounts, they have some, account options. But basically how it works is it integrates with Discord, which is kind of similar to Slack. It's a messaging tool, a little bit different. But within Discord, you can actually type your request and then an image will be generated. So I don't want to leave you empty-handed. I do want to show you some examples, but basically how Midjourney works is it uses a text prompt to generate images based on your description, right? These are pretty great images. So I've just searched within Google Midjourney examples, very high-res stuff, very detailed, from sort of sci-fi and abstract to kind of photorealistic, but there's something weird going on with that eye. This could be a photograph at first glance, right? So very powerful. A lot of potential with this tool. So yep, that's Midjourney. If you've used it, drop a comment. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you hate. Is it worth the subscription? All right, last up is Adobe Firefly. Everybody's probably familiar with the Adobe suite of products, everything from Photoshop, InDesign, Illustrator, Premiere. Firefly refers to the generative AI system that's integrated into some of these products. So you might have already seen videos where it's generating, backgrounds in Photoshop based on a text string. That's it. It's really cool. All right, next up, Adobe Firefly. So this is the machine that Adobe has integrated into several of its products. Adobe Photoshop being the one that I'm most familiar with, but I'm sure it's integrated with Illustrator, InDesign. If it's not, drop a comment, let me know. So what we have here is Adobe Photoshop Beta. I think it's Adobe 2022, blank canvas. So I'm going to open up my Chrome. I'm going to find just kind of any image. Okay, so we've got a blank canvas here. What we need to do is find an image to modify. So I'll go to Google Chrome. I'm going to search for a smiling dog with white background. Okay, there we go. How do you pick which one? It's almost impossible. Let's go with this guy. This guy wins. Okay, so we're going to copy the image, open up Photoshop, paste it. There we go. So now let's just make it a little bit bigger so it fills the canvas. Looks cool. Put Fido down here. Now what we're going to do is we are going to flatten the image. It just makes things a little easier. We're going to open the magic wand. We're going to select the background. And with this beta, Adobe automatically opens this little toolbar called Generative Fill. So we select Generative Fill. We type in a text prompt for what we'd like to generate. Off the top of my mind, I just want to populate the background with something interesting. So when I think dogs, I live in the city. I wish I could have a great big field for my dog to run around in. I don't. So I'm going to put Fido in a big rolling field. So I'm going to type in rolling countryside with sunset in the background. and then I'm going to select generate. So it's going to take a little bit. It's a machine. It's generating this background. Whoa, that's interesting. Okay, not really what I had in mind. I had thought of something a little more photorealistic, but it did follow the directions. Sunset in the background, rolling fields, there's some hay or something there. What's really cool is that Firefly realizes that they might not hit it out of the park on the first try, so that gives you a couple options. So let's scroll through here to option number 2. This is more what I was thinking. This is pretty cool. And option 3. So I really like option 2. It gets a little tricky. Photoshop actually did a really good job getting in between all the little firsts, but that's outside the scope of this video. So there it is, Adobe Firefly, very cool, just within a minute or two generating whatever kind of backgrounds you want. So that's Adobe Firefly, really a lot of fun to play around with. Okay, so that's it for part 1. We had an intro to AI, as well as a high-level overview of some of the more popular AI tools that are out there. For part 2, we'll take a deeper dive into product design specific AI tools, and we'll answer the original question, will AI replace design jobs? Stay tuned. See you next time. Until then, take care.